Hey Cancer, welcome back, and this is your extended or the second part to the 2020 preview. Members will get this a few months before, and maybe the other viewers will get to watch it a little bit later. So thank you if you're a sponsoring member, and if you're a viewer, welcome. So this is the original reading that I did in the description. It'll also be linked at the end of the video. And I'm about to clarify every single one of the cards. So overall, it was a year in which I think you'll get a big break, like a break from emotional drama, some kinds of, I don't know, just interjections. Your life will become quieter and you'll have some more space for yourself. Also, relationships are going to be very strong for you. You're going to be amid a lot of water energy people, and that doesn't mean only water signs, but just a lot of water energy around you. So that's the summary, and you can watch the whole video if you want all the details. There's a lot of little pieces here and there. Let's take a look at the Four of Swords first, and I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck for the first line. So we have the King of Swords here. It looks to me like somebody has given you some advice. You have attained some kind of mental clarity, and so that mental clarity has allowed you to take a break from some of the things that have been pressuring you up until now. And so you'll have this kind of peace of mind and a little bit of autonomy in 2020, which means that you're not going to be so inundated with other people's circumstances and stories and caveats and all these difficult things. The Nine of Cups is next. We have the Page of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, secondary transits in Earth. If you're looking for an oracle, if you're looking for insight about your life, that will come from somebody who's younger than you. They have Sag, Leo, or Aries transits, maybe some Earth transits, possibly. They can also be an animal. So if you have a familiar or a pet with whom you're very close with, a very kind of energetic animal. Imagine like, when dogs get hyper, that kind of energy. If that's you, then that animal may also provide you great insights that are going to give you perspective on your life and help you grow this year. The Princess of Cups is next, and I got the Seven of Wands. So, Princess of Cups, new emotional push forward. Remember, there was this energy of you standing against something that was suppressive to you, that was kind of making you feel kind of like less free to be yourself, or less free to express yourself in the way that you wanted to be. And now you're kind of standing up for yourself, or pushing forward in a direction and kind of holding your head up high. It's really sticking up for yourself and being tough, and doing what you want to do with your heart is also a huge part of this transit. Whereas before there may have been a lot of, contingent things on other people. So contingent on other people, you were oftentimes doing what you didn't want, and now you're kind of really in that space of doing what you feel is right for you, saying what you feel, doing what you feel, and not being held back by expectations or promises and all those things. Queen of Cups is next. This is interesting that came through. The Devil. Okay, so this is Capricorn. We can't really avoid Capricorn, Cancer, as much as we'd like to. It's a factor in your chart. It's your 7th house of partnership. The Queen of Cups to me signifies that someone pushes you to grow up. So there's someone around you who is behaving in a way that is unacceptable, that's not fair, and the only kind of response that you'll have is to in some way become more mature in that situation, and to not lock things down, but to really draw a line of what's right and what's wrong. This may have been a situation in the past that you learned a lesson from, and now you're really committed to holding your own. There may be also a female around you who's very supportive in that capacity, or a man who's also very supportive in that capacity around you. So it's like you've seen something the way people can be, and you don't want to be vulnerable to it, so you really put your foot down on it this time. You really don't let BS slide. And so yeah, your goal is going to be in some way to not allow unfortunate people and unfortunate circumstances to have such a heyday in your life. King of Cups next, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. The Two of Pentacles here. You need to be very selective this year with regard to your social environment. There will be really wonderful connections this year that you will make with communities and groups of people with whom you will form close bonds. But there will be things that you need to distance yourself from, namely this kind of energy, this kind of maybe not predatory, but definitely overbearing energy. And so you're in some way selecting where to be open and where is a safe space. Your main energy is that of rest. And so anything that makes you, that's too intense or has too much intense energy, you're going to naturally draw away from, and that's a good thing. Okay, so your bottom card is the World, which means that you're in a period of expansion. Expansion meaning you might travel really far, you might go somewhere on a trip, you may actually move really far, not even this year, but maybe you're getting ready for some kind of big shift in the world where your world gets somehow bigger, from, you know, a small town to a big city, from a big city to a big country. There may be some kind of expansion from, you know, I'm not sure, from a small school to a big school. There's all this kind of expansion in your life. Expansion of social circles, expansion of the number of friends you're interacting with, meeting different kinds of people, and having all sorts of different experiences. But it is quieter in the sense that this year, in 2019 until May 2020, you will have experienced probably a lot of people reaching out to you for help in different ways. And so now you're kind of not putting it away, but you're definitely less the focal point of the attention, which is great because it's a lot to handle for a long time. So next is the Gaia Tarot, and we have the Six of Wands. So I was really excited when I saw this because it looked like family situations were on the mend and family situations were getting better. Let's take a look at your cards. So we have the Knight of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, secondary transits in air. So I have a feeling that you're going to say something and go. That's the energy. It's like you'll be in a situation with someone and then you're going to just bust it out of there, like get out of there really quick. And it's that concise way in which you say something, you leave your mark and then leave it alone. It's going to really improve a situation. The Death card, we have the Two of Water. Beautiful card right there. And so I have a feeling that also there's going to be a change with regard to how you view relationships around you, specifically romantic relationships, and you are going to distance yourself from a relationship in the past that wasn't serving you, wasn't what you needed, and you're going to turn towards much better energies around you that are going to be much more, bringing you much better energy, much better circumstances, okay? Then we have the Adjustment card, and we have the Ten of Fire, the Adjustment card, and the Ten of Fire. And so overall, I think that you've done your karma really well for other people for the last year and a half. A lot of our lives have gotten better. I don't know if you've heard other readers and astrologers just talking about how the last couple years were in comparison to the years previous. And I think that there has been a lot more compassion in the world. There has been a lot more kind of emotional resonance, whereas before 2016 and 2017 and a part of 2018 were quite cold, you know, and they were much more cold and much more intense and much more focused on other things, spiritual things, more so than the emotions. And now that the North Node is in Cancer, or has been in Cancer, you have actually elevated the collective, and you have brought to us this kind of presence of heart. And that presence of heart in some way is now your good karma, and it's coming back to you. So this is kind of you. To me, this is my power up card. So to me, it signifies that you have powered up your energy, and you are working through a very bright, intense, bountiful energy that's just improving things for you. The Lovers, we have the Four of Air, and I love this card. The Four of Air. Something's happening like clockwork. So whatever circumstances are happening in your family, or to do with a man or a woman that you love in a romantic way, whatever that relationship is unfolding, it's unfolding in the precise time, the right time, at the right place with the right person, and it feels very much like you're in the right place at the right time. I have a feeling that there's been some delays in the past with this, and this year you are going to consolidate, and it's showing up everywhere that there's this kind of really positive movement forward towards improving relationships. And then we have the 14. This is a higher arcana integration. So there's definitely like a process of learning happening here as well. And in that process of learning, you are gaining benefits. So the outside world will slow down for you a little bit in terms of, like, I don't know, just everyday things. There will be fewer things for you to do, much more time for you to reflect. The pace of life is going to be slower, and some of the things that you want to achieve will take longer to achieve, and there will be delays. The reason for that is, like I told you before, the universe is kind of conspiring to put you in the right place at the right time. And then also you're waiting for other people to get with the program, to get on the same page as you are. Here is the next message we have on the bottom, the Nine of Water. So this is about a wish coming true. We have this here. I think this is a very potent card for you. This card represents that there was some, I'm just reminding you from the past reading, that there was some kind of prophecy that came into your life. So somebody said something prophetic, you heard a prophecy, you dreamt something, and something illuminated your life and gave you clarity. And so that prophecy is very monumental and will guide you through the whole year. And this is the underpinning of all these things coming true. I feel like all of these things are like relationships resolving, getting closer with the right people, persuading the right person to make the right move, letting go of the past, clearing your karma. So there's a lot of those kinds of energies here. Okay, so let's clarify this row, and then we'll just, this is the Mary L. Tarot, by the way. This is the new edition one. Okay, so let's see. It's looking good, Cancer. Very, very good. Okay, so Ace of Wands, money coming in through your business or money. Seven of Swords. You will see an opportunity financially. There will be something that you see as an opportunity financially, and you're going to go for it really, really fast. So it's like a grant. You know, in a grant, they have deadlines and things, and you're going to see something, and you're going to be like, I need this money, I need this opportunity, I'm going to go for it. You're not going to waste time, and you're going to be very assertive, and that's going to bring in financial success. So look for those opportunities, maybe more than one. And then we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Last Judgment, which is Pluto. We don't have this card on the table with the other cards, but this is Pluto, a very exciting card. It has to do with taking things back and making a final decision. I have a feeling that you're going to make some decisions very subtly, to the effect that no one around you really knows that you're even making a decision. And that's good. It's a private year for you, in which a lot of the things that you decide to do, that you do are just kind of there for you. Only do them for yourself. It's not so much that you're announcing them to other people or something like that. You're just doing them for you, and you're making an impact, and on your life, but without too many people noticing. It's a private year for you where you're spending time with family, where you're spending time maybe with a loved one, like a romantic love. You're going to feel very happy that your relationship is improving with a family member. But it's a quiet year overall. It's not like a wham bam, thank you 2019. My head is spinning, ma'am. And there's going to be synchronicities, serendipity, time with other people, sure, but overall the temperament of the year is going to be quiet. Then we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Five of Pentacles there. I love this card. So he looks inside of his Ouroboros. That's an Ouroboros there. I don't know if you can make it out. It's a snake eating its own tail in this beautiful land. It reminds me of Hades. There's like the Lucidian Gardens, which are like a part of the underworld where the good souls go. It's kind of the Greek counterpart of heaven, or like a precursor to heaven. So it's like there's just something, like I said initially, there's something really beautiful about you this year, and it's really coming through in a powerful way. And so it's just the outside world is not as important as what comes through. People will see your beauty, but externally you'll also be very beautiful. Beauty comes to you quickly this year and easily, and I have a feeling that you're showing more of what's in there. You're showing those Lucidian gardens. So there you go. There, I'll show you. So you're showing more deeper versions of that, you know, and yeah, it's just you're bringing people in, you're welcoming in that energy. And then we have the universe, and we have that modified by the Ten of Cups. This is an intense Ten of Cups, but it's still happiness. Travel from afar. There's some idea that somebody might be coming to you from afar to become closer. This person may be further away. You may travel for this person, for a family situation, or a loved one, someone that you love. So there is this kind of energy of someone. It is time to make that move to the direction that you're really wanting to go, and the location is not as important as who's involved. So it's when it's the right person, then it makes sense, and you're taking that next step, you're taking that direction. Let's see the next message. We have the Page of Discs, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in Earth. Yeah, so for if there is a man who's a Leo sign and they're trying to get intimate with you really fast, there may be a situation that involves a pregnancy that will be extremely strenuous. What I'm picking up on this is the challenge position, that around this area there's something that's going on for you that if you're not careful, there will be some consequences for you. So you need to be very, very careful around this situation, and you need to be very, very mindful of your energy. I'll say it like that, because it's like once you buy that car, you're stuck with it. Once you go in that direction, you have to deal with it. There's just that layer of things. Okay, next message for the Emperor. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. So there's going to be a new opportunity suddenly that comes up for many of you with regard to business or work. And it's going to be a new financial opportunity. It's going to be a breakthrough opportunity. It's going to be exciting. It's going to change what you do in the day-to-day. I have a feeling that you will be able to it has to do with the fact of who you've become. You've achieved something this year that is better than what you have achieved before. So you have gained a degree, gained a certificate, finished something, got certain amount of experience, and so you're applying it now, and how you apply it is going to gain you a certain degree of more status or money this year, and you're going to grow from that point on. The Two of Swords next, which is Moon in Libra, Two of Swords. And we have the Four of Pentacles, which is Sun in Capricorn. Okay, so there is a situation overall. the general temperament of this year is quiet. We know this. It has something to do with storing up your energy for future needs. So it's kind of like you're gonna, in some way, kind of store your energy, save it up, because in future needs you will need to use it. So that's why that's happening. Then we have the Princess of Swords. This was in some way to do with you really clarifying. Remember, you're surrounded by a lot of water energy, specifically in your social life. So there's going to be a lot of questions, questions, people wondering, those kinds of things, or saying things that are unclear. And so you'll spend a lot of time, and it's best that you do this, clarifying positions and circumstances, asking them what they mean about that, and what they want to achieve. Your card here is the Two of Swords. That's nice, very peaceful energy. So I don't think that there will be great misunderstandings around you. There's potential for great misunderstandings, but I don't think there will be. So I think that you're going to use those, ask the right questions. You might have a friend around you who's very shrewd and very smart to understand where people are coming from. And that's going to give you clarity on what they mean. Then we have the Hierophant next. And so we have the Ten of Pentacles with this. For many of you, this is a very serious relationship, especially with someone from far away. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. There's a lot of loyalty. This is Mercury and Virgo, so they may be a Virgo. And this is Pisces energy, Ten of Cups. So you're getting all those energies might be around you at this time. All those energies are very strong for you for love and companionship. So that's really wonderful. Let's take a look at your outcome card. We have the Magician. And that's what you're building up for. So this is the big reveal. So you're going to create something big this year, and you need a lot of downtime to be able to do that. And there will be a lot of quietude, a lot of quiet moments where you focus and commit yourself to something. This has a big part of walking away from the human world, the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from, like, I did 2 rows. Sorry, I'll do another one. Whoops, that's okay. So you're walking away from the outside world. I just get into these cards so much. And so you're walking away from the outside world, and you're attaining a sense of mental clarity and separation from the way people did things up until now. And so, like, the way that you interacted with other people, you're sort of finding it like it's not for you anymore. And now you want to do things on your own. And you're going to commit yourself to something, and it's going to be, you're going to create something pretty spectacular by the end of the year, or by the end of this phase. Okay, so since I forgot to, I knew something was wrong. I'm like, what am I doing? But I'm channeling, and I'm like paying attention, so it's hard to, that's where I find it hard to switch cards. Anyway, so let's take a look at your cards. We have the Six of Swords next. And so this is Mercury in Aquarius. So again, a very decisive decision, a very concrete decision about moving on in terms of your work and going to achieve something very, very specific and concrete. The Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, this gives you the Ace of Cups. So from quiet moments, you will gain an new emotional beginning. That might be in the form of a relationship, friendships, or just like an emotional high, a new emotional place to regroup or a place to start from. So this means that, like, you turn down the volume on your outside life and you wait until your heart starts kind of growing, and in some way you'll find like a new emotional center. So new things to get emotionally happy about, or new things to look forward to. All of those things will come out of your quiet moments. So you'll create emotionally, and you will also create some kind of project. So the Princess of Swords and the Two of Swords. Okay, so in order to clarify circumstances, you know that there's a potential for ruin. You know there's a potential for things to go wrong, and you're on it. You're like, what did you mean? we're talking about people who are in some way communicating around you in a way that's kind of confusing at times. So you'll be using those words like, what did you mean? Be very specific, pay attention. If you don't understand something, clarify. And then we have the Hierophant and the Ten of Discs, and that comes with the Prince of Swords, a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, secondary transit in air as well. There's a relationship with someone, they will be assertive towards you. They're going to make an offer towards you, and there's going to be loyalty, trust. This is the person who you may marry. They may be an air sign, surprisingly, or not, but definitely kind of very witty, very smart person. This person's very assertive. They fight for other people's rights. Yeah, and so this person is reaching out to you. And in some way, you're also separating yourself from attachments to old people while you form attachments to new communities and new people that matter in your life, that are more untainted. And then we have the Magician and the Nine of Rods. And so this is the Eight of Cups. And so again, detachment. You're getting a couple. Where's the other Eight of Cups? I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Right? So and this came through at the bottom right here. There's my finger. So you have this release from emotional attachment and clarity. So your mind is not confounded by heavy emotions, and you create something new. Okay? So on the bottom is, wow, you got the Tower on the bottom. So a breakthrough year, one in which you're taking back your power for sure, but in a subtle way, and you're going to quietly create something that's going to kind of rock the socks off of many people. Okay, so good luck. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you all the best, and you keep creating and you keep exploring. It's a fun year, but not one where there's going to be a lot of pressure on you. So I hope you enjoy that. Take care. Bye.